chance for this fellow, Crawford Ashley from Yorkshire, but a tough one as well. He could be out of his league, and surprisingly he's come in 11 stone 9, and it's a 12 stone division, and then he used to fight at 12-7. He won the light heavyweight championship and vacated it. But he's a gutsy sort of fellow who can punch a bit, so you never know. There's always a chance of an upset, but the odds seemed really heavily against him. There's Michael Nunn, former IBF champion from 88 to 91, southpaw from Iowa, a little flashy on occasions, but a very fast puncher, puts them together very quickly, and that might be the way that he's going to try and beat Ashley. Well, anyway, he doesn't suffer from too many nerves, Ashley, and well, we'll wish him the best of luck.
All right, fans, here we go. This is it, the main event of the evening, the punch-out at the Pyramid 2, the WBA Super Middleweight Championship of the World, scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime. Presenting the referee in charge of this bout, Julio Cesar Alvarado. Right, fans, introducing to you first the challenger on my right, fighting out of the blue corner. He is wearing black trunks with multicolored trim and coming all the way from Leeds, England. He weighed in at a trim and ready 163 pounds with a record of 18 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw. He has all 18 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the former British light heavyweight champion. Please welcome the hard-hitting challenger, Crawford Ashley. And his opponent, the defending champion on my left, fighting out of the red corner, enters the ring wearing white trunks with red trim. Fighting out of Davenport, Iowa, he weighed in at 167.5 pounds. With an outstanding record of 40 wins, only 1 defeat, he has 26 wins coming by way of knockout. Presenting the former IBF middleweight champion, who tonight is making his 3rd defense of his title, introducing the WBA Super Middleweight Champion of the World, Michael II Nunn. Once again, your referee in charge, Julio Cesar Alvarado.
Well, there was one time that this fellow was second. He was second to James Toney. That's the only loss on his record in the 11th round in a championship fight. Tony's a great fighter anyway. Not too much of a reception for Ashley, but I mean, he would have been aware of that, I suppose. In fact, it was not much more than a titter. Bob Paget from London working with him. Actually, has boxed out of Barney Eastwood's camp in Belfast. But he's got Frank Warren, the promoter, in his corner, and Bob Paget, who's worked with a lot of fighters over the years. There he is. So is it going to be a tough one, or who knows these days whether the big surprise can happen? Alvarado, the referee. So they've been saying in Ashley's corner, try and get your punches off a bit fast. Try and establish yourself very early. Don't stand back waiting for this fella. The weight surprised me though, Jim, did it you?
Yeah, it didn't really please me, Reg. I don't like to see a former light heavyweight coming in almost as a middleweight. I don't know if nerves has got something to do with that. Maybe he's burned up a little bit. I don't like his weight. I'd like to see him closer to the 12 stone. But I always had a lot of respect for Ashley as a fighter. But this is an immense step up in class.
Nunn, by the way, is just half a pound inside the 12 stone limit. He had a very easy win last time up, and I suppose he's looking for another first rounder here, Michael Nunn. But that was a disgraceful mismatch. Dan Morgan in the Great Mexico show, where 4 champions defended their titles for a record crowd. He looks like he's coming to fight, as they say in America, Ashley, Jim. I mean, he's trying to hold this fella off a bit. He's not backing off yet.
Yeah, he's not trying to hide, Reg. He's been forced back here, but he's still punching as he goes back. Just a stumble from Nunn then. I mean, it's pointless actually trying to outbox this man. Nunn is an excellent boxer, so Ashley, I think, has to try to use his power, try to get the punches off close. See, too often his head is carried too high. He's going to have to get that down also.
Nunn has been known to work to the body quite a bit with his southpaw left hook. He's a bit dangerous with that. Well, there's no sign of a freeze from Ashley anyway. That's one good side. He's got the punches off as fast as he can. He's trying to obey the cornerman orders.
No, I wondered if Ashley was going to just kind of box behind for the first round, just to get his confidence, but he hasn't. Right from the off, he's put up a good show. Good right hand punches he's throwing too.
No use hanging around, Jim, for Ashley. I mean, he's got to let punches go early, trying to say, well, you know, I can match you. It's the only chance he's got. Once he allows Nunn to get on top, he's a good finisher.
A few times in the past, Nunn has been a little bit lazy, especially in the first few rounds of a fight, but this is a positive start from the champion here.
Oh, it's a good opening round, this, isn't it? Good exchange, and give Ashley his credit there. He's trying to trade punches with him. I don't think that's necessarily the smart thing to do, but he has no option.
I think grabbing hold of Nunn might have been a better idea, Reggie. Took a few punches, didn't have to take.
Well, no punching on the bell there, almost, but Ashley was aware of it. Well, a little bit of Cockney tones going on here, this Yorkshireman. I hope he understands it.
Well done, your box fight. Just also, you mustn't get drawn into these fights when he was. Catch that left uppercut and the right uppercut inside when he's ready for it. You're still not throwing the shots to the body, are you? Bend your knees, some of these shots will go over your head then, and when you hit that right in the body, come back with a left hook. You're standing in front of him too long and letting him have a free.
Jim, have a look at that.
Yeah, well, Ashley under a fair bit of pressure there, but copes well with it all times, trying to punch back. A couple of good shots come in here. So he just lost his way a little bit then. Then it was time to think about defence, and they just get out, and that's thankfully what he did.
There's Angelo Dundee there, one of the most famous trainers in the game. He doesn't manage Nunn, he's called in as the corner man. Second round then, the WBA version of the 12-stone championship of the world. And it's one of the best divisions for British boxing at the moment, with Nigel Benn and Chris Eubank champions at the weight. And a very good fighter, James Toney, who has beaten Nunn, also a champion. So the punch up of the pyramid, as they call it here. Pretty good opening round for Ashley. He got tagged a few times, but he was always willing to throw punches back. He's not the greatest of one-punch hitters, Nunn, but what happened there, Jim? Did he just tumble with that? Well, I think so, don't you?
Yeah, I think the left hook just grazed his chin, but he just stumbled a little bit. Look down at the feet. I think maybe he's tripped over Ashley's feet, but they're certainly not in any trouble then. Nunn's in a mean mood, Reg.
Yeah, the crowd rise to every punch, Jim. You know, he's got to fight the crowd as well here, Ashley.
Nunn's defensive boxing's excellence too, Reg. He's coming forward, but Ashley can't really get these punches bang onto the target.
He doesn't put them together as quickly as Nunn does, and he's warming up for it yet. By the way, the 3 knockdown rule is in effect for this. If one boxer goes down 3 times in one round, it's automatically over. As you may recall, that's happened twice in Nigel Benn fights with Doug DeWitt and Iran Barkley. A lot of noise there in Nunn's corner. I don't know if these boxers are even listening to that. I'm certainly that Ashley isn't.
Bit more confidence in Ashley's boxing now, Reg. He hasn't been under any pressure this round, and he's getting the jab home now.
Yeah, Jim, this is a pretty good effort for a fellow who's a vast underdog.
Yeah, well, Nunn hasn't really imposed himself in this round.
You might have heard the trainer calling out there, and again there to Ashley.
A little bit untidy from the champion here, Reg. He's getting home with the punches, but very untidy.
Yeah, he's sort of throwing himself at the challenger. Good corrective right hand there from Ashley as well. Can he punch hard enough to keep this fellow off?
Well, it's nice he's annoying him, Reg. We don't usually see Michael Nunn loping forward like a novice, and that's what he was doing then, so maybe Ashley beginning to annoy him a little bit. That's a good sign.
Oh, almost came. They're both poised for a punch there. Bit of a conversation going on. He's taking his time, old Angelo, isn't he, getting it?
Move over. Over to your right, Nicky. You want to get hit with this guy. Just slide over. When you're in close, bang with that body shot. Water. Open him out wide.
Have another look.
Yeah, good round from Ashley. Didn't really find himself under a great deal of pressure except the end of the round, and any time he did, he come back with good shots. See, that one just grazed the chin, didn't actually land, just at a stumble then. But Nunn's having to reach and stretch. I mean, look at the state of Michael Nunn here, the class boxer. You don't expect his approach work to look like this. So Ashley's given him a couple of problems.
Story against myself there, really, Jim. I remember when he started, and he's concentrating all right. He knows he's got to. He can get hurt in this business. When I first saw Michael Nunn, the promoter Bob Aaron said, look at him. It's a second pro fight, and after a round I said to Aaron, which one are you asking me to look at? Because I was so disappointed in this fella, but he's made great strides since then. I mean, he's dealt with some tough guys in his time. Juan Roldan of Argentina and Barkley, and then he flattened Sambu Kalanbay in the first round with a peach of a left hook. And Kalanbay can fight. And the over the top of it, Don Curry easily beat.
Angelo Dundee was telling Nunn to move to his right, and that's what you got to do. A southpaw against an orthodox boxer. The southpaw wants to move to his right, get outside the orthodox jab, but Nunn's not been doing it, and that's part of his problems.
Yeah, he's moving clockwise, isn't he?
Yep, see, Ashley moving the way he wants to move. He's moving to his left, and he's getting outside the jab now and again.
Well, whatever happens here, Jim, I think Crawford Ashley's established himself as a decent fighter to the Americans anyway, with a vast viewing.
Yeah, he's having a go, which is the main thing, Reg. He's not just wanting to get some rounds behind him. Straight from the first bell, he was firing back. You can just see that Nunn has a better idea of the game than Ashley has. It's just that huge gap in experience. Ashley kind of forcing himself into the fight, but Nunn knows exactly what he's doing.
41 fights now against Ashley's 23.
Things beginning to go slightly against Ashley now, Reggie. He's losing his way. He's not avoiding the shots, and he's not coming back with decent punches.
They're starting to dig a bit in the ribs as well, Nunn. When he looked at the referee there, Paul, that was a bit dangerous.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't a low punch. I don't know what the problem was. I don't know if the referee said something, but it certainly wasn't a low punch.
He's fighting back well here, Ashley, again. They seem to be using punches, Ashley, Jim, to keep Nunn off rather than to stop him, to get him over. What do you think?
Yeah, well, Nunn's not allowing him to set, Reg. He keeps on his back foot, keeps pushing him back. Ashley can't get full power into the shots. Nunn, he's a little bit untidy, Reg, but he's doing the right job. See, he's beginning to take command now. Ashley needs a tighter defence, Reg. He's too loose.
He's gritting his teeth there, Ashley, though, trying to fight him back. It's a bad round for him. There it is, the last 10 of the round.
You see the big deep breaths now Ashley's having to take in, really under pressure. He's beginning to come apart slightly here.
Yeah, when you think of his previous couple of fights, Jim, he was a little bit below expectations there. And it's a big jump from fighting Yoy Davis for the European Championship and Glas Campbell.
He wants to trade with him when he wants to trade. As he comes, hit him and go. And then right uppercut's working terrific, but you must keep doing it.
Bend your knees when you try it. Lift it right up and take his head away.
Right, so are you going to listen and do what I told you? Don't just keep fighting him. You're catching him with good shots, and you're going away from him without throwing your jab. That's why he's catching you with him over right.
So the words of wisdom, Jim, a few drop pages, but have a look at this.
See, Nunn's keeping his chin low, keeping his body weight forward, exerting the pressure all the time, and this is where you can see him losing his way, taking too many shots. His defences have gone, and he's not quite coping with Nunn's attacks the way he was in the first couple of rounds. See, Nunn picking these shots, lovely boxing, accurate shots.
Out for round 4. And Crawford, Ashley.World, he can't think about even trying to win on points. Matter of fact, all his wins have been inside the distance. That's pretty good going. 18 out of 18. Lost 4 and drawn 3. One or two signs of sort of desperation, trying to do the right thing now with Michael Nunn, isn't it, Jim? He's trying to please the crowd and sometimes falling over himself doing it.
Yeah, he's a little bit sloppy, Reg, but he's getting the punches home now. The third round was a big round for Nunn. He put a big dent in Crawford Ashley's confidence. Ashley needs to find a way to stand his ground or try and back Nunn up and get some power into his punches, but Nunn keeps pushing him back.
Certainly not an orthodox southpaw in the sense of, you know exactly what he can do now. And he switches pretty good with punches, Jim. He lets them go fast when he's in good form.
I think that the discouraging thing too for Ashley, he's throwing good shots, but they're not landing. Nunn's slipping them, swaying back and blocking them. But when Nunn goes to work, his are going home really cleanly.
It's certainly not one of those cases, Jim, where the Americans can be a bit sharp about the linemen who come to lie down. There's no way that's happening with this fellow. He's given it a go anyway.
See, when Nunn goes to work, you can see the difference in class.
Yeah, there it is, as I was saying. He missed with some there because he's rolling pretty good, actually, Ashley, but he can't get out of the way of all of them.
Ashley's throwing the same good punches he always throws, but here they're not landing. He doesn't understand why. This fella, classy act.
Very difficult man to beat, Jim, isn't he?
See, Ashley, once again, a decent attack, but nothing lands cleanly. Couple of signs of Ashley becoming weird. That's a good body shot, Reg. That was a good left hand from Nunn.
Yeah, that's been his favourite punch over the years, I think, the punch to the body. There it is again, that rib bender. Always hurting Ashley with that.
That's a vicious shot, Reg. Ashley, this is...
Hope he can see this round out.
Not short in courage, Reg.
No, absolutely. He's having a real go. It's not winning anything, Ashley, but full marks to him.
Just sit down and just relax. Just relax. Just relax. Just take your time and relax.
So, he knows there that he's in a bit of trouble.
Don't worry about it. Right. Give me a buck. You're trading with him when he wants to trade. You mustn't do it. Sorry?
It's quite right, Jim. You know, he's being forced into trading, isn't he, the second there with...
Look at that body shot, Reg. That was a beauty. That was the first one. Another two landed shortly after that. See these punches, Nunn's punches, bang on the target. And that was a bad round for Ashley. That knocked a lot of the fight out of Ashley.
Yeah, there it is again, a bit closer up. As you say, they come from all kinds of angles there with Nunn. They may not all be singly hard punches, but he's standing up to them quite well. Certainly around the jaw there, Ashley.
See, Ashley still not managing to land anything cleanly there.
Round 5. And the promoter, Don King, seems to be acknowledging that Ashley has come to fight. He's rather pleased with himself. Although it was announced as showtime, of course, don't be confused, that's not actually a stage show, that's a television station in America here. And he's always pleased to please his television outlets, Don King. Fast viewing this one's getting.
Ashley's beginning to look a little bit weary now, Reg. The body shots, and I don't like the weight they come on. I don't like this 11 stone 9 thing. I don't know what happened there, but he's beginning to look a little bit weary now.
See, well, people may say, why is he taking the chance like this? Well, it's bread on the table for him, wife and daughters to keep, and he now lives in Scarborough. That's what it's all about, Jim. You can't blame him for taking his chance like this, otherwise where is his career going?
No, not at all, Reg. The fight game was riddled with upsets, massive upsets, and it's unfortunate. I mean, we'll get quite a few poor world champions in the game today because of the state of the game, but Ashley hasn't been the lucky one. He's picked a good one.
Right at the back here, the bleachers as they call them in America, they could see that punch coming, and I'm sure that Ashley felt that.
See, he just doesn't know how to get himself out of trouble here. This fella just keeps the punches flowing. Ashley, nowhere to go. He's got to fight back here, Reg. There's no choice. He's trying to keep it at long range, and he can't do it.
Nunn's corner are sensing the finish there. For them, it's all over by the shouting.
It's a real gutsy show from Ashley, Reg. A couple of good shots coming back from him, but you can see him gasping in the big deep breaths.
Oh, Jim, you could feel that outside the ring, that one. That's the one that's knocking the breath out of him.
See, there you go again. You see him taking in that big deep breath. These body shots are knocking the wind out of Ashley.
Oh dear, oh dear. I think he heard you there, Jim, and certainly agreed with you. Now he's going to make this. He gets the mandatory count. I doubt whether he'll go down 3 times in this round. Surely, no, not with that countdown clock there. He'll hang in there. Not for long. So he won't let go of it, Knuckle. The second one, well, it may do. It may happen now. It could all be over if he goes down again, on the assumption that he gets up from this one. Looked at the corner there, counted it well. So can he hang on now for the bell? Yes, he has.
Still looks in pain in there, Rich.
So he can't breathe there, Jim. You're going to try one more round, Bob Patrick's asking him, and I think I heard him say he can't breathe there. No wonder. Here it is.
Those were tremendous shots. The body shot that scored the first knockdown, Reg, was a beauty. See, he's been caught cleanly, nowhere to go. He can't get himself out of trouble here. He's run out of ideas, and he's also running out of steam. And Nunn, oh, look at that.
Yeah, there it is again. He really is belting him around the body, isn't he? He hasn't exactly brought the hands down to get him on the chin. He hasn't needed to. Coming out for the 6th. And, well, as you can see, former British champion Crawford Ashley bang in trouble here. But he's fought with a big heart anyway, and as Jim Watt was saying, this man Nunn is a bit special as a champion.
Ashley's put up a tremendous show so far, Reg, but he's never shown anything that could trouble Nunn.
Well, look at this,
yeah.
This could be a final fling if he's going to say, OK, I've got to get some punches off here. I've got no chance otherwise.
Well, he actually drove Nunn back with those shots, Reg. That was good work. Can he keep this up? They're the mark of a good fighter. Just takes your best and comes back at you again.
I think Nunn's quite shocked by this, but knowing him, he'll work up some rhythm in the punches in a minute. Usually does. Keeping it at long range a little bit, Nunn. That's surprising.
Yeah, but he picks his spot and really goes to work, and when he mounts an attack, he sustains it. You can see when they get close, Ashley's pulling his elbows in, expecting, see there it goes again.
Well, he took it up fairly late there, the referee, but it doesn't matter. Ashley knows exactly where he is. Yes, he's had a good look at him, the referee, but I think that was the sort of the small rock of the landslide to come there. Still giving it a fling there, Ashley. But he will not let go of the ribs. Oh dear, and as he hit the deck, he got one there. But he was in the throes of throwing that punch, actually.
I think I'm talking to there, Reg, because a couple of shots landed, but Ashley got nothing left. These punches are knocking the fight right out of him.
One more down, Jim. It's automatically over. I doubt if he can see the round out now, but what a brave show this is by Ashley, but that's all. Just too good for him, Nunn. He's doing well to hang on there. That may not be very good for the customers, but it's good for Ashley. I don't know, he's talking to the timekeeper there. I don't understand that. He's probably saying how long to go. Oh, what a brave battle he's put up here, Ashley. Just trying to grab there to survive as much as he can. But if he says he can't breathe, that should be interpreted that properly. Oh, there it is, that one. Yes, it's all over now. As the final bell goes, there was 1 second to go, and that final knockdown in the 6th round retains the championship for the 4th time at this weight by Michael, who calls himself second to none. And there it is. Ashley saying, well, I couldn't beat that. I can't argue with you. He's a good champion, Jim. Let's hope that he can finish up fighting Ben or Chris Eubank, and that'll be an attraction.
Yeah, great performance. Not the smoothest performance from Michael Nunn, but nevertheless very, very effective.
So a friendly pat from Angelo, and the consolation here in Ashley's corner. Well, they worked as hard as they could to keep him going, but those body punches just took their toll. But he can go out carrying his shield in many ways, this fellow. The Americans won't write him off for that.
He just ended up, Reg, he had nothing left to give. He put up a good show, but nothing left.
Well, there he is, spouting as always, the man who looks as though he's just trodden put his hair in an electric plug there and it's standing up donking. Have a look at the finish, Jim.
Well, plenty of courage all the way through from Crawford Ashley, but he never produced anything good enough to trouble Nunn, and that was a horrendous shot. You could see that the pain on his face as he took the shot.
Yeah, and this was the final one. That was when he caught that punch on the floor as well.
Yeah, but here it was just really a question of time. See, he's almost down, then he's down there. One, definitely the last one, landed when he was well on the floor. Almost saw the round out, Reg. 1 second to go, as you say, just as the final punch landed. But a blessing in disguise. What's the point?
There it is.
It was going to happen the next round. A tremendous finish from Nunn.
I'm sure the seconds would have pulled him out anyway.
Good show, Frankie, baby. Good show. Hey, your man, finish game. Hey, I thought he was way down. The fucking guy fought. I give him a lot of credit. Hey, thank you guys for coming, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes 59 seconds in round number 6. The 3 knockdown rule in effect. The winner by way of knockout and still WBA super middleweight champion of the world, Michael, second to none.